Worrying story now. A Polokwane family is appealing to members of the public for assistance to find 4 boys aged 6 and 15 who were abducted by gunmen. The brothers are the children of a prominent businessman, Mr. Nazim Moti. The incident occurred yesterday while the boys were on their way to school with the driver. The police have launched a manhunt for the suspects. The family's lawyer, Phillip Smit, believes that a ransom could be a motive.
Seems that there is a motive of a ransom claim lying here. That's my personal opinion. I haven't spoken to anybody involved in this matter about that, but that is quite a prominent strategy of the criminals in these types of matters nowadays.
All right, let's try and get an update on these missing boys, and we speak now to the police who are also searching for the boys, and we speak to the police spokesperson in Limpopo, Brigadier Motlafela Mojapelo. Brigadier, thank you very much for your time. Any progress in locating the 4 boys?
Well, we have established a multifaceted team of investigators, and this team is led by the Deputy Provincial Commissioner responsible for crime detection in the province, Major General Samuel Manala. And the team is working around the clock. We've been at that particular place. We've established the jog. We are coordinating whatever information that we get. And we roped in different role players with relevant expertise in this field of tracking and so on. We're also being assisted by our colleagues from head office to make sure that we become successful in tracking down these suspects and also locating the missing children.
Yeah, the family lawyer here, sir, is talking about this possibly pointing to a ransom that may possibly be asked for. Are you able to give us any detail on that front?
Well, unfortunately not. We couldn't as yet establish the motive for this particular incident. Perhaps once we succeed in tracing the suspect and the children, we'll then be able to determine what was the motive. But for now, the search continues.
Yeah, and I know that you have been calling on the public to come forward with information. Let's just have a listen to the family lawyer, Mr. Phillip Smit.
Yeah, the family is going through a very distressful and traumatic or traumatized period at this stage. They are being assisted by other family and friends. I must just mention to you that it is phenomenal to see the whole of South Africa reacting on this ordeal. I received more than 600 phone calls and WhatsApp messages from yesterday afternoon until last night at 11 o'clock, and it continued early this morning, of people wanting to assist, experts wanting to assist, and people just calling in to say good luck and we hope we find the children.
Brigadier Mojapelo, my understanding is that you are with the mother and father of these 4 boys. The understanding here is that they are a prominent business family. That's the description around them thus far. What are they saying could be the motive?
Well, I don't want to delve much into that. What we can perhaps indicate is that we've made an appeal to anybody with information to please come forward. And we know that this is a very serious matter. That's why we are saying callers should remain anonymous, and any information that we receive will be treated with confidentiality.
Well, Brigadier, you'll understand the panic here, in particular for the family involved, the parents especially. They probably are very panicked right now. It is not comforting that 24 hours on, you still are not able to tell us about any leads. Surely you've got to do better than that.
Well, the family is with us. They have been with us even last night. The team that has been established, it's actually working around the clock we are constantly liaising with the family to really indicate the seriousness of this particular matter. And we believe perhaps we will succeed because the team is working around the clock. It's a very powerful team with different expertise, and we are also getting assistance from other role players other than the police. So the team is bound to succeed.
Yeah. The car that was abandoned by these alleged abductors, any clues from that car as to who might be responsible for this?
Well, the car that was abandoned, it's actually the car that was transporting these children to school. Because what happened is they were blocked by two vehicles, a Mercedes-Benz in front and a Kia at the back. Then these 7 suspects immediately got out of the vehicles and started shooting at them. They forcibly removed these children and put them into one of their vehicles. They then joined the N1 bypass, Polokwane, in the direction north towards R81 road. The children were in the Mercedes, and the Kia took another direction south into the city. Yeah. That's when then the cell phones were dropped at Flora Park. So the area that we are searching for is actually wide, because that road that goes to R81, it also interlinks with N1 north towards Lutrichat. They could have also turned towards R71 heading Zanin. Yeah. But they could be anywhere, you know. That's why this appeal that we're making, that the people should please come forward with information so that we are able to track these kids and the suspect as soon as possible.
We are wrapping up our conversation, Brigadier. The driver who was taking the children to school, have you been able to locate him?
Yeah, we have located him. We are working with him. It's actually assisting in the investigation.
All right. And the parents, the reason you have them with you, is it also to protect them from these abductors?
Well, not necessarily that, because as you know that this is a very traumatic incident. We need to keep them informed about the developments. And for them to be with us, I think we should leave it at there. And any assistance that we might get from them will also be helpful going forward.
All right. Thank you very much for your time. That's Brigadier Motlafela Mojapelo. He speaks for the Limpopo Police. Well, we're going to stay with this story. The Limpopo Department of Social Development expected to send a team of social workers to support the family whose children were abducted in Polokwane. Let's see if we can speak to the Limpopo Social Development spokesperson now, Witness Tiva. Witness, very good morning to you. All right, the spokesperson for this department not yet there. As soon as we have them, we are going to bring them to this conversation. But just as a way of recapping as to exactly what happened here in Polokwane, family is appealing to members of the public to come forward with any information you may have. This has to do with the 4 boys that have been abducted. Their ages range from 6 years old, that's how young they are, 6 and 15 years, and they were abducted by unknown gunmen. And as you heard from the police spokesperson there, they basically blocked off this car that was transporting them to school, and they started shooting guns randomly, not just any guns. R5 rifles is the type of weaponry that was carried by these abductors. The brothers are understood to be the children of a very prominent businessman in Limpopo, a Mr. Nazim Moti. The incident occurring yesterday there, and so you've heard the police saying that they've assembled a very experienced team, and hopefully we are going to hear some positive news in the not too distant future. Hopefully we are going to have this spokesperson for social development. This is now government in Limpopo trying also its best to extend whatever help they can toward the mother and father. You've heard that they are with the police, and the search is quite frantic.